Okay. The question was how to remove one in the introduction. That is so simple. What you can do, you can just type as one star before that. Like for example, here you have the slash section here. Just type star in between the section and the title, and that would remove this number. That's what we're going to do. That removes the introduction. That removes the number. I hope that answers your question. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna close all this and we're gonna create a new document. Let's do this. I have my PDF open here, so that's what we're gonna type again. So we're gonna type this one by one, line by line. So I'm going to this. What is the usual procedure? Just go to the file and then new to open a new document. Correct? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna type slash document class. Just type slash document class and type the name of the class. The name of the class which I wanted is, there is a class called letter. There is also a class called letter. I did not mention in the last session, but still. So there is a class type called letter. So that one, after that, I'm going to type slash begin document, because anything which goes inside the document has to come in between slash begin document and end document. So slash begin document, whenever you start a document, then you should also end the document using slash end document. Is that okay? So I have typed only 3 lines. One is slash document class letter, the other one is slash begin document, the other one is slash end document. So these are the three things I have typed. Correct? Let me just type a placeholder. So just type hello world and then make sure that everything runs quick and everything runs good. I just typed hello world. So total 4 lines I have typed. That's all I have typed. So what I'm going to do, I haven't saved the file yet. So I'm going to save the file. So how do I save the file? So simple. You just have to go to the file and then save. So in the save, you come to the folder LaTeX workshop again. You must have created in the desktop LaTeX workshop. Under that, you can just create a new folder. Let's create a new folder for this. So let's create it as project 1. So that's my project. So let's type project 1, and inside the project 1, the document name, it's usually by default is document.tex. But what I want to do is I want to type uh, project 1 as it is. Project 1.tex. So that's what I do. So let's save this document. So what we have done here is we just type slash document class. In the document class, I have letter and then slash begin document and slash end document. And in between, I have typed just slash hello world. And I have saved this file as project 1 inside a new dedicated folder for this document. That's what we are doing. Sorry. Okay. So once we do this, then we can just compile and check, right? So for the first time when I run, I already told you, you can run build and view. So click on build and view, then you must be able to see the hello world. So you are seeing the hello world here, right? Sorry. Is that okay? Once you do this, let's start typing. So once you got this hello world, then which means that actually everything is set and good. This, everybody in the people have got this. Okay, let's start typing. What is the first one we wanted? We wanted this date to be there, and we wanted this place name to be there, right? Let's write this name and then this. But this date and this, let's write this first. Just let me write it as June 22, 2020. That's my date, and compile it, and that's over here. And then I want to go to the next line. So how do I go to the next line? It's very simple. Just leave one blank space. There are two ways to go to the next line. One is just typing double slash. If you type double slash, that also go to the next line. But if you want to do next line like this also, that's also possible. But this is actually a paragraph spacing. So right now, actually, I don't want to do any new paragraph. It was just a new line. So that's two things. So this is this, right? After that, just type the name of the place wherever you are. So right now I'm in Majitar, so I'll write Majitar here. If you are in any other place, then you write whatever the place you want. So I have just typed June 22, comma 2020, and then Majitar. That's all the things I have written, right? And I compile this. If I compile this, then what do I get? Is the June 22 Majitar, but it is in the left side, right? So it is in the left side. But in my document over here, what I have shown, that is not in the left side, but is in the right side of the document. So how do I push this text to the right side of the document in LaTeX? That is so simple. What you do, you just copy this. In fact, right click and cut it. What we will do is, let's write slash begin flash right, slash begin flash right, slash begin flash right. You can read about it when in the document here. In fact, actually this Text Studio would give you some hints on actually how to what does this mean, right? Okay, so that says slash begin flash right, and of course actually whenever you start a begin flash environment, then you also must end the environment. Then in between, actually, to clear this off, and then paste in the command whatever you have copied. Just paste it. So what we have done right now, so we have typed slash begin flash right, and then slash end flash right, and then in between we have typed these two. So if I compile now what happens? My text is moved towards the right side, right? So we keep it a little closer, keep this output a little big, so that my text is been moved right. Let me check any questions are there. Huh? If there is any question, then please post it in the YouTube chat so that I'll be able to get it if there is any problem or something. Fine. Once that is done, so we have finished the first two lines in the project. So the next one is 2, correct? So what I will do, I will just go ahead and type 2. So let me put this side, the middle, type 2, and then comma, correct? That is not having any issue, so I can just keep it as it is because that's how it is. I hope you will be able to see the output. So I am not able to show the output bigger than this because I'm just trying to fit it as much possible. So this is the output 2. Then after that, what I wanted is I want to write the director in the below line, but that's not coming directly under this. So what I said, actually to go for a new line, then you type double slash when you are writing, and click on compile again, So that should bring it down to the 2, correct? And I also wanted one more double slash to go further down and then type Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology. Wherever your institute is, please type your name. So 2, then comma, and then double slash, and then the director, and then double slash, and then Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology. So what is this double slash does? It is making the new line. So it's giving the new line. It's actually abruptly breaking the line. Actually, that's right. But that's fine. Everything is fine. So everything works good. But the problem is there is a space here which is not I have kept here, isn't it? So there is a space here. In my sample, in my project, so what is it actually? 2 is here, comma, and then there is a space here. After that, only the director has come. All right. So how do I do that? How do I create such kind of space? That is so simple to do it. You just go before the director, wherever you have typed director, just before the director, type a spacing character. There are many spacing characters in LaTeX. One of them is called /QUAD, and of course, don't forget to write for space. /QUAD. It's a quad. It's a slash quad. So that creates a tab space. So it creates as this quad does not work with this double slash. So instead, what we can do is we use this horizontal space. Let's have /h space, and then within bracket whatever the space you want. Let me type it 2 centimeter and check whether that's enough for me. Do I need a star here? Yes. Of course, when you are writing a double slash, then as I have already told you that actually this is abruptly cutting. So you need anything actually if you want to do, you need a star or any other symbol over here. So right now actually to create such space, whenever you have a double slash in front, so you need a slash h space which is going to say how much horizontal space is required. So this double curly brace, and within that actually you give some number, so that will give you the space. Let's say suppose I want only 1 centimeter space. So that gives you this horizontal space, and there is one star and then one right. Okay. So this star is required when you are writing it in the front. Suppose if you write it in the middle, then you don't need that star. You can take it off. The same thing I wanted to do it here as well. So what I want to do, before the Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology, I want to write /h space, right, and then one star, and then within curly braces, open and end curly braces, I want to give the number so that how long I want the horizontal space. So I have typed /h space star and then open bracket and end bracket and then 1 centimeter. So that's compiled this. So that gives the exact space what I wanted. So now that completes this portion. So this portion got over and this portion also got over in the project, right? Okay. Next one is just respected sir. That is always definitely in the left hand side only. So I don't have to worry much about it. So I can go ahead. Now I don't have to do double slash here because this is a paragraph spacing. So I can go one more step down, right? Remember, I'm keeping one line spacing here. Type respected sir. Again, I want to go a little down. So I'm keeping one more space here, right? To compile this, that should give you respected sir. Is that okay? And further, after that, I need a subject. So that's it. So here is the subject. Let me type subject colon, right? And compile it. But when I compile it, the subject colon is in the normal text, correct? It is not the bold text. But what we wanted in the project shows that actually I wanted it in the bold text. So how do I do the bold text here? It is so simple. There are many other commands in the LaTeX. one is called as bold font. So text BF is the command. So what we can do again as usual, we'll cut this and then type slash text BF slash text BF, and in that just type sub, right? Oh. So slash text BF, and within the curly braces you type your sentence whatever you wanted to be bold. So that gives you the bold sub, correct? And after that, after the curly brace, I want to type something. What I will do is I will just copy and paste it from here. So I will just copy this from the project file and paste it here to save some time. And this is the subject, correct? Again, if you run this, then you get this number, but the problem is the text is normal. It is not like here. This is not even italic. This is called as emphasize mode. That's slightly different from what we are looking for. This is what we wanted, but this is right now looking like this in my document. So how do I make it as emphasize mode? So again, what we're gonna do, we're gonna compile, we're gonna select all of them, then cut it, then type slash emph slash emph. So that's the shortcut for emphasize. So just a shortcut for emphasize, and then plus type the open curly brace and paste it from your clipboard, whatever you have typed. Do not forget to close the bracket. So if you open a bracket, then you should always close the curly brace. Now you have this. Now this is that okay? Fine. After this, I give one line spacing. Because remember, actually, there's line spacing. I hope you are noticing the space between the paragraphs and this, because there are a lot of paragraph spacings, right? Okay. Next one, what we wanted to do is the paragraph over here. You can either copy and paste it from here, or you can go to the website whichever I have shown there. I hope that is here, right? So the website whichever I have shown here, and then copy and paste one of the paragraphs over here. So what I'm going to do is I'll just copy one of the paragraph over here, right click, right click and copy, go to the text studio, paste it. This is the first paragraph, then compile it. That gives me this paragraph, my letter. And then the second paragraph, I can just go one line down, one more line down, and then go to the website again. I can copy any one of the paragraphs. So let me copy this paragraph, and then go to the text studio again and paste it over here. Now that is going to give us this, correct? So I am almost close to the end of the letter. So that's just two paragraphs, couple of paragraphs. Note that my paragraph is here. Remember, suppose if you are not getting this paragraph indentation, paragraph skip here, which means that you must have missed this line space here. Remember, note down this, there is a line space here, right? If I suppose did not give this and compile this, then what will happen is will give the complete single paragraph. So if I make a one more line space here, then that will split the paragraphs into two. Yeah, that's clear, I guess. Correct. Finally, in the project, what is there here is, let me check. Yours sincerely is there, one comma is there, and there is a vertical spacing is there, and after that my name and designation is there, right? Let me do that as well. After that, I'll go ahead with one more paragraph spacing. This is not an abrupt line ending, this is the paragraph spacing, so I must give one extra line spacer. Then type yours sincerely and one comma. Then this is an abrupt spacing because I wanted to keep, or you can also keep the paragraph spacing, doesn't matter, but it's better to give an abrupt spacing here. But what I wanted one more time, there is another way of actually giving a vertical spacing. There are many ways to give the vertical space. One is there are something called small skip. Correct? Let me type once. So let's type small skip, and then below that we will type the name. For example, I will write my name, Dr. David Raj Michael, and then abrupt spacing is required. It's the next line. It is not a next paragraph, it is a next line. So there's a difference. So whenever you need a next line, then you type double slash, whenever you need a next paragraph, you don't type a double slash, whereas you give a okay. So where is this medium skip or small skips or big skips can be used? That is between the paragraphs. So between this and this, I have little gap in the project, but I don't have it here. So what I write it slash net skip and then type it and compile it. That creates one more extra small space over here. That's all. So that's all about for the first project. We have finished the first project actually. Any questions and queries? Let me check my chat box here. Let me pop out this. So I'm taking the chat so that if there is anybody. Okay, so cool. So anyway, quickly I will definitely review the project. Within 1 minute I will type the project though. But still, if anybody wanted to know it, then I will do it again. So if you post your responses, then it would be easy for us to set the pace and then move ahead. I can decide that whether I have to be faster or slower, etc. So whenever I ask some queries or questions, then if you can post your queries, post your answers, it would be easy for us. Okay. So what we're gonna do is actually we're gonna have a uh, 5 minutes gap for understanding and then realizing the project. We'll be back in 5 minutes so that we'll be able to get back to this work. So what you can do is actually you can just go through the code here, whatever I have shown here. It is just a small thing. And once I come back after 5 minutes, I would type it in 2 minutes and then go ahead with the second project. So I think that would make sense, right? Okay, so I'll be waiting for 5 minutes for all of you to complete this project. Once you are done, then we'll go back the second project. Welcome back. As I have already promised, I would type everything from scratch within 2 minutes so that you will get a quick glance on what we have done in the project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of them and delete it. So this is the project one. So what we're going to do is we're going to type a letter. So let's type slash document class. Then in that I just type a letter. And I have nothing in the preamble. And then type slash begin document. And then end document. And inside the begin document I have a reference here. I'll just use this. Inside the begin document and end document, I need something which has to be aligned right. So I type slash flush right and then rep end flush right, and in that I type June 22, 2020, and then double slash, and then Magitar. And after this begin and end, then I have two, then comma, and again I have one double slash, and I have one horizontal space. So I type slash head space star with 1 centimeter, and then I have the director and double slash again, and I have one more horizontal space star within bracket 1 centimeter is Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology. And then I have one paragraph space here, so I give one space extra. So let's write restricted sad. And again I have one paragraph space, and then after that I have my uh, text BF bold font. Within that I have subject, and then I have my emphasize font. Within that I have some text over here. Let's say some text over here with something like this. Then I have one more paragraph spacing. So after that I have a paragraph. Let me go ahead and choose one of the paragraph here. Copy that and paste it here. Again one more paragraph. Copy a small paragraph here. And then paste it here. And after that I have later I have yours sincerely, and I also need an extra space here, so I keep one slash medskip, and then I need one abrupt line breaking, as well as I need 1 centimeter gap sign. Then after that my darker I don't need the extra space here. Dr. David George Michael, and then double slash, then Sikkim Manipal Institute of Technology. That's all I have. So if I compile this again, then whatever I have typed is here, right? That's all we want. So that's what we have done. That's the project number one. Okay, let me close this. What we're going to do is the next project. We will see the next project. Let me search for where is the next project, right? Let me open a new. Oh, I think I'm having it here, right? Yeah. The next project is project number 2, and I have project 2 is over here, and this project is as a small story kind of thing. That's what we're going to type. So it has a title and it has an author name. It also have some story here. You can copy and paste it from here, and it has some quotations, and it also has some more text here, and it has a line with a red border. Sorry, it has a quote with red border on top as well as on bottom, but on top and bottom actually has some more extra room, right? Like the bottom line is actually extra width than the up line. That's what we have, and we have a copyright text. We have a copyright symbol on GM Solutions at the end. So there is a gap here. This means actually this is at the end of the document. So this is the project which you're going to type for the second time. So that's a easy project, but it takes a lot of time to understand that what's happening here and what we have to do. What are the things which are supposed to be holding it back? That's what we're going to do. Okay. Okay. Let's type it. So what we do, as usual, in the Text Studio, we'll start a new project. So let's go new, file, and then new, and type slash document class. For this one, I don't want to use the letter class because letter class is not suitable for us. I just use the plain article class. Sorry, article class document class article. As usual, what I'm going to do, I'm going to type slash begin document and end document, and in between that, I'm going to type hello world to just check whether everything goes well or not. Okay. So what we're gonna do? So what we're gonna do? We're gonna save this file before compiling it. Let's go ahead, file, then save. So how do we save it? It is in the LaTeX workshop in the desktop. Already there is a project one. Let's create a new folder called project 2. Once that is done, then double click on that. Once you go into the project 2, then you rename your document as project 2.text. Project 2.save. Right? Once you save that file, then you can compile and check. Just let me know once you reach this place. That's a way of newly creating a document. Once you compiled it, then you can build in view or you can directly build in view. So that must have this hello world here, right? Once you reach this place, just let me know so that I will come to know what's happening. But there was a question on how do I remove the page number from the from this letter. That's possible. Anyway, I will show it in this document. Anything will work. Like whether it is a letter or an article, then you just have to just say one command called the page style. Type just slash this page style is empty. That will take off the page number. Anyway, I will explain it in a couple of seconds. Just let me know in the chat box that you have come to this stage, you have opened a new document. Yeah, that's cool. So many people have already done it. Let me go ahead and start doing the project. So what is the project which we're going to do is this. So there is a title over here. The way which I'm going to do is I'm not going to use the title which I have shown in the previous session. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to redefine it. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to customly do all these things because this does not need anything more than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this project and copy this from here and then go to this place, and then I'm going to type one more command, that slash begin center and end center. Slash begin center and end center. Then in between content, I'm going to paste this. That's all. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do this. So slash begin center, end center, and then in between this, I'm pasting this. Let's compile and check what's happening. That gives this. I have zoomed it out. Yeah. So that is in the center of the document, right? That's in the center of the document. So the command is very explicit that if you type slash begin center and end center, then whatever you type between that will be in the center of the document, right? But if I see the document that is in the bold, right? Let's bold it. So how do I bold it? It is just cut this document and then type slash text df, the slash text bold font, and then within curly braces you paste in whatever you wanted to be in bold. So you can click on this. That's so that goes this, correct. The next one what we wanted is the name of the person who is writing this story. Let's write double slash to go back to the next line, and then type after that Dr. David. You type your name. I'm typing my name. Doesn't matter. Copyright issue will not come right now as now for practice. All good. So everything looks good. The problem is one thing which we miss is the home not so sweet home is actually bigger than this font, right? Bigger than this font and bold. But here it is not like that because here it's in the same font but just bold, right? So how do I make it bigger than that? LaTeX has couple of arguments for making it big and small, right? I actually wanted to open up a thing from your material. Just give on a moment, actually. I'm receiving an office call. Hello. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I have a call right now, so I will call. Okay. Sorry, that was my office call. I had to respond to it. So, what is the thing which I wanted you to check is if you go to the material whichever I have shared, there would be one folder called readings. So there would be one folder. You will not find every folder, but you will find one folder called readings here. Just open that readings, and you have so many files which are here in the LaTeX in the readings folder. In the readings folder, if you open that folder, you will find there are five PDF documents which I have given. See, one is art of LaTeX, another one is LaTeX cheat sheet, and etc. etc. So that's going to give us the comments for it. So if you do wonder that actually how do I remember all kind of codes, then it is purely on experience based and as well as the referring to the documents. That's all. I have not found out any new codes, but I just read the document. What I want you to open is the LaTeX cheat sheet. Keep that aside so that it will help you in the future. So that's a LaTeX cheat sheet. So as its name suggests, it's actually a cheat sheet. What it does is actually it gives you a lot of commands that you can read it. Right? Obviously, this is so small to read it. Let me zoom it up and then go to a section where let me check it quickly. Where is this? The second page? In the first page itself. It should be in the first page. Yeah, this is where the command is there. So if you see the E section, E, then three fonts. So you have the set of families whichever I have done. So one of them which we have used is text BF. There are many things that actually just to make uppercase, italic, slant letters, etc. etc. So slowly we'll use it one by one in the project. And we also have used one more thing that's called slash emphasize. So these are the two things we have used. And if I come down a little bit, then there is something called, I think I have to turn off the scrolling effect. Where is that scrolling effect in this? Window, read mode. Yeah, enable scroll. So if I just go ahead and see this, you can see this font sizes. So there are many font sizes which is actually automatically LaTeX is giving. One is tiny, another one is a script size, another one is footnote size, another one is small, another one is normal size. This is the normal size which we are working. So if you want to go back to this size, then you can use small and then means go down from this size. You can use small, you can use footnote size, you can also use script size and tiny. So this all actually comes down. And then the other one is actually slash large, which is going 2 pixels up than the, means 2 points up than the normal size. And other one is little more large. You can see the sizes over here they have given here. And then the other one is large, other one is huge, other one is capital H huge. So these are the fonts which we can use it here, right? So whatever the things you wanted. The way it works is, I'll write it here in the document here. Suppose you are in the normal font. Let's say suppose you are having 12 point, then the large font would be of 14 point, and then the capital RAG will be of 16 or 17 point if I'm not wrong, right? There's a chart here. There's a chart in the reading section, so you can check that. And then huge, this goes up to 20 point, and then the capital H huge up to 22 point, and then yeah, that much only. That is the, oh, in between there is one thing called capital ARGE. That's a large font. I think that is 20 point, and this is 22 and 24. So this changes according to your normal font. Which means, suppose if you have a 10-point document, then your large is actually 12 point, and this point is actually 14 point, and this is somewhere around 16 or 17 points, and keeps on moving. So that's how the document is moving. What is the advantage of it? Because suppose if you are writing the document in a particular font size and you want to keep the title of the document in a slightly different manner, isn't it? Because whenever you type a document, then the base font would be something, and then from that base font you wanted to increase the header for each of the section. For example, the section 1 you wanted to be in only 1 or 2 points up above the from that header font, sorry, from the normal font, and similarly for the rest of the things, correct? So that's how it works. So that's what we're going to use right now. So what we're going to use here is we're going to use large. So between this text BF, just type class LAGE. Let's check whether this is enough or not. That's what I think might have been there. So slash large. That makes the font little larger. So to make it little more larger, you keep the small L. You take off the small L and keep the capital L. Then you compile it again. Then you'll see this, right? That gives you the bigger one. If you want a little more bigger, then you type capital LARGE. That gives you little more bigger, right? If you want little more bigger, then you can keep HUG, that's huge, so that's order. So you keep this huge. Let me stick with the huge, so that means actually that's what actually seems to be same for the home, not so sweet home. That's it. Another one is, once you've done with the capitals, means headings, then you have another paragraph, first paragraph. There is nothing here, just actually copy that and then just double space and then paste it here, right? Okay. The other one is you can copy and paste this the rest of the paragraphs as well. So the second paragraph also I'm copying it and then pasting it. Remember, I'm keeping one line space so that it will give. So let me compile and check first. That gives you this. By mistake, I have pasted everything inside the begin center and in center. So that gives this mistake, right? So let me take that off until this. Cut it. Let me take off this space as well. After this begin center, end center, let me give one space as well. And then paste everything else. That's what I did. Let me zoom out a bit and then show everything together. One single shot. Yeah. So this is what it is. So there's begin document, end document. Begin center, end center, I have typed the title, and there is this, I have typed this, and then there's the second paragraph. We zoom this as well. So that's what it happens, correct? Okay. Next one is the text over here which says hello, right? So I can just try to copy and paste it. So if I copy that and paste it in the next is the paragraph indentation. Let me paste it here, compile it, and I get this, correct? And the third one which I have is the another paragraph. So let me copy that as well. I have some trouble in copying it from the PDF. Copy it and then paste it and then compile it for the third paragraph. And then the one more paragraph is the code, right? Let me copy that as well and then paste it here and then check later. Okay, so I'm done with all the copying and pasting job. I also have one more thing, so this little later we will take care of. But this is not how actually what we wanted, because the document looks entirely different than what we have done here. Number one, which we supposed to notice, is the line spacing. Line spacing is actually higher than what we have right now here in my document. But my document is actually too tight to each other. So how do I increase the line spacing? So now this is what we have to see. This is my first command other than this document class, which I'm going to type before the begin document, right? So whatever happens before the begin document and up to the top, it's actually called as a preamble. So this is actually called as preamble. So none of the command over here can start like this. So it's all as going to be just code. There is no content is going to be over here. So the content are all between here only. So everything else is actually markup language, as I told. So this has to be centered. That's what we are saying. This has to be, there's nothing else. This has to be bold. That's what we are saying. This has to be huge. That's what we are saying. So we are writing the content and then saying that what is this. That's all. But everything else is going inside this preamble. The first command which I wanted to do here is I want to increase the line spacing. How do I increase the line spacing? Let's go ahead and type it. Usually LaTeX has a predefined line spacing that is actually called as class baseline stretch. So this is the usual line spacing that has been actually set it as 1 always. But right now what we wanted to do is we want to define this baseline stretch to some other baseline stretch. That will give you the line spread, correct? Okay. There is one more command called line spread also. You can use that as well. But baseline stretch is the the standard way of doing it. So let me cut this off. I want to redefine it. So how do I redefine any command in a particular, any command in the article or any command in the LaTeX is type slash re new command. So any new command in the article has to be redefined using this. So how do I redefine this? Let me put a couple of paragraphs and then put some placeholder. So this is A and this is B. So what is going to be A and what is going to be B? Let me zoom it for you so that it will be easy for you to see. So I have a renew command and then I have a slash first curly braces. Inside the curly braces I have a just a placeholder, and then the another one is B. That's all. So what is going to be here, this A is, this is the command that we wanted to renew, which means this is a command which we wanted to redefine. So what is the command we want to redefine? We want to redefine baseline stretch. So this is the command we want to redefine. So let me pull this off so that it will be easy for you to see you. Yeah. So this is a command which we want to redefine. And earlier the way the number was just 1. So if I just keep it and then compile it, just keep a 1, then nothing happens, because actually that's what it happens. Now you know this baseline stretch what's usually set it as 1. Now I want to set it as something else. Let's set it as 2. And then what happens if I compile it? Look at this document, what happens? So the document has been completely stretched out and then it has given the line spread of 2 line spacing, right? Okay. So that seems to be a little more. So let me keep it with 1.5. So that keeps 1.5. That's all. So that's all we wanted. So home not so sweet home, and then there is 1.5 line spacing. So that's what the line spacing is also. In fact, actually this is lesser than that. We have given a little more than. That's fine. That's good. Right? Okay. Next thing what we wanted to do is the this place, right? One is which we have to suppose to know is this is a quote. In the middle, whatever is there, it's a quote, right? So for that, I'm going to use a package called CS code. So this is the first package which we are going to add in the course. That is called /use package, and then cs codes, right? Then run this. If use package cs codes, sorry, s is missing, cs codes /use package cs codes. If you are having a trouble here, if you are actually finding the error saying that your package dot sorry cs codes dot style is not available or is missing, which means that actually you have to install this package. That's what you have to do. So what you can do, while you are installing the MicTech, you would have, if you would have given that it automatically has to install, then automatically the package will get installed. Suppose if it is not, then what you can do is you can just copy that and then open the MicTech console here. Just go to the Windows and then type MicTech console, then open here. That should open the console for the MicTech. Any packages whichever has to be installed in the console. Now if you go to the packages here, I'm sorry, restart. If you want to install a new package, then you have to restart it as the administrator. So click on the restart administrator and click on yes, and that should open the MicTech console. Now I have everything is enabled. So now you have the there are many things which are updates, packages, diagnose, cleanup, everything. So in that one option is packages, correct? So you click on packages. Right now it takes a while for me since I'm streaming. My laptop is actually a little slow, but this should not be slow for you, obviously. Then you must be able to see these packages. In that packages, what you can do, you can just type that package what you want to install and click on add. I hope that works for me right now. So packages, just type cs codes, correct? Cs codes. Once you type it, then you have this, then click on this package, and then there is a plus button over here and then minus button over here. Right now it's showing me minus because I have already installed this package. If you have installed the package, then it will show only minus. If you have not installed the package, then you would see the plus sign. So you can see you can add the packages just by adding, but just by clicking the plus sign. So that would install the packages. That's all. If there is any other style file missing, error is coming, then you just type that name in the MicTech console, install that package. Is that okay? I hope that's clear for everybody. Let me also check the command or chat box for any other questions. Okay. Once you do this, what you can do, this is the first package which we have added. Once we have added the package, now we are ready to write this as a code. Correct? Remember, this is very important when you are writing an article, because whenever you write an article, whenever you quote something from somebody else's article, then that is not considered as plagiarism. Otherwise, you have something called plagiarism, and then you will be caught if you are taking some words from somebody else. But if you are writing it as a quote, then you are not being considered, or you are not being actually come under. You will not be come under the plagiarist person. Correct? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy that. In fact, I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to type an environment called /begin. If I'm not wrong, it should be code /begin code and /end code, and in between that, take off the content and paste that. Now, if you run, then you have the newly created code. But what is happening here is, remember, actually now the code has been different because the font the text width has got reduced. It's squeezed in between, and it's no more on the same line of that. So it went to the end, middle of that. And also it is not in the center alignment, but it is in the justification alignment itself. But what is happening is only the width of the statement is reduced. That's what's supposed to be their code, right? So this is how you type a code. But I'm not still happy because my document has bold text on the code. So there are two ways to bold it, as I've already told you. One is you can just copy that and then put it inside the text BF. The other one is if you are inside any environment, you can just do this. The class BF, that is bold font series, BF series. We test type slash BF series, then you get this. So when you want to use BF series and when you want to use text BF, text BX is for just a small text like one word or two words or has to be bolded. But if you want to use a paragraph, complete paragraph to be bolded, then you have to use slash BF series. That's a standard procedure and a standard way of using it. That's all, right? And also I have something called ruler inside it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type slash rel and check what happens. So just type slash rele and that gives an error saying that illegal unit of measure the point inserted, which means that I haven't given the height of it. Let's say suppose 1 point, right? 1 point, and then compile it. Let me. Oh, I think I missed one bracket. Let me check. Really, what is the problem? I'm missing something. Let me check quickly my project file, what I have typed there. Oh yeah, I have to give the width as well as the height. Okay, I'll explain. So what is that is, I have to give a ruler of that. So you can type slash rele and then there are two braces, open braces and then anti braces. The first one is the width of the rule. The second one is the height of the rule, right? So that's how actually you write a ruler, right? Let me type this for you. The first one is the width. Let's say the width of the rule should be suppose 5 centimeter, and then the height of the rule should be suppose 1 just 1 millimeter, right? So let's compile this and check. So that gives you the rule. That understood? So this gives you the ruler for 5 centimeter high, 5 centimeter width, and then the 1 centimeter tall. That's what it gives, correct? But I wanted a extra line break here. So let me break it a line like this. That gives you this thing, correct? But what I wanted is I want the full width. How whatever the how does however the line is, I want the full width of it. How do I say that actually I want a full width? It's so simple. You take off the width of that and there is a LaTeX command, very specific command is called as slash text width and line width, any one of them. Let me use line width. So that will take off the full width of the page, right? So that takes the full width of the, in fact actually full width of the environment. So under this environment with this only this much, correct? Okay. Now let me copy that and paste it below and compile it again. So that gives, I'm sorry, so we need to break the line first of all. Right now I don't need this line actually. It's this. So I have the line here, right? So what and all I have done? I have used slash rule. In between the first bracket I have the width. In between the second bracket I have the height. And similarly slash rule, width and the height in the bottom. Now as we have noticed, then this is actually twice as bigger than this, twice as taller than that, the second one. Let's go ahead and put the height of that as 2 centimeter or 2 millimeter. Oh, that gives the point what we want. So the bottom line was 2 mm and taller, and then the upper line was 1 mm tall. Correct? That's all we want. One more thing what we have to do is, if we see the project over here, if you see the project file there, that is in the red color, whereas what we have done here is the black color, right? That's also so simple. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut all of them until the end, then cut that, and then type within the curly braces. You start one curly brace and end one curly brace, and between that you type a command called slash color, just slash color, and then type red, just type red, and then paste it there, right? Let's see whether it works or not. It actually shows red, which means that the command is not available, which means that this command whatever I have done here is not usually available for the LaTeX. So that means that actually either you have typed the command wrongly or you have not used the proper package. So similar to what I have done for code, I need a special package to use this color library. So that what we can do, below this class use package, I type one more package called X color slash use package X color. Again the same thing, if that is shouting at you, once you compile that, it is shouting at you that xcolor.style file is not available, which means that what you have to do, you have to install that package manually using either going to MicTech console, or if you have automatically made it available while installing that, install all the packages on the fly. If you keep that option open when you are installing the package, then automatically it should pop up, it will give you a pop-up, and then you should be able to install the packages. So that is that use package X color. Correct? Okay. The next one, once you use that color, what we can do is, once you use that, now I am going to copy this completely and I'm going to paste it here. Or why don't you do it again? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take this off, cut it, and I'm going to write one bracket here so that the color will not go outside of it. Then type slash color in between, and then within that let me open one bracket and close it one bracket. In that I say that what is the color, so I want a red color, and after that whatever I am typing is going to come in the red color between those braces. Suppose I type something here and then compile and check, it means that the text whatever I have typed between the braces will come in red color. That's what it means. Now I don't want this, but what I wanted is actually I want to delete this, and I want to write a ruler with these options. The first one is the width, the second one is the height of the ruler, right? Let me write it. So I want 2 mm taller ruler with a full line width. So slash line width and 2 mm tall. I know this is faster, but say that actually this is easy for you to understand because you have already know how to type the documents right now, right? Anyway, as usual, I'm going to give some 5 minutes break for you. Before that, I will complete the copyright things. So what we want to do is, I want to type the copyright over here. I want to type the copyright over here. So let me type the copyright. So let me type copyright, and then the copyright symbol. How do you get the copyright symbol in LaTeX? Is you just type slash copyright. That's all. Just type slash copyright. So simple to remember, isn't it? Slash copyright, and I have given 2020 and DM solution. Just type it and then check how it is worked. Obviously, this is not in the right side. It has to be in the right side. So how do I put it in the right side? Let me take off all of them, cut it, and then put it in the begin flash right, and then inside that it's so simple. You just type all of them over here. I wanted that to be pushed down. So how do I do that? That is so simple to type. It is very simple. Type slash v fill. V meant for vertical fill, right? The complete vertical face has to be, the remaining vertical has to be filled with this text. In other words, it has to be kept under the document. So if I move, then what happens? Suddenly from this place, the copyright symbol has to be moved here, correct? That's what happens, correct? Anyway, the other, in the previous section, there was a question that how do I remove this page number? The page number is actually coming from the page style. How do you style the document? From that only it comes. So what I'm going to do is, just after begin document, I'm going to type class page style. If you don't want the page number for any of your document, sorry, any of your pages, then there are a lot of page styles available. One is called as empty, class page style empty. So if you type that and if you click on run, then that takes off the page number, correct? So that completes this project. Let me keep it everything in a single place. I'll try to keep everything in a single place. We close this off as well. Take off some of the extra spaces for you to see the code and check what is happening. So these are the two packages which we have used. Let me take this off as well. This, this, then this, then this, then this. So that everything sits in a single line. Some of the text I'll take up so that it'll all go single line. Yeah, that makes sense. Remember, you have the end document also here. Let me take this also off. Doesn't matter. Okay, so that fits everything together. So keep an eye on what we have done. So this is a very simple way actually which we have typed. I know, I understand that actually, I went a little fast in this, believing that you have already got hold on what you have done in the first session. So I'm going to keep this also up and running for 5 minutes so that you can uh, come back in after 5 minutes. Let me add. Let's see in 5 minutes. We just try to type it. Maybe I will put this timer somewhere down here. Take your time to understand this. Welcome back. Sorry for that. Seems like some of the participant had some issues. Can I get the PDF document and also code of today's session so that everything I can try in the afternoon? Sure, definitely. So the what is the error coming? So suppose you can say the error. What is the error coming? Then actually we will be able to help you. You can just paste the error whatever you have in your clipboard. You can just right click on the error and then paste it in the chat box so that we will come to know what is the error and we'll help you what's going. There's no problem with that. Anyway, we are actually running out of time because we have one more project to be done. Maybe I will ask the suggestion from all of the participants over here about completing that project right now over here, and then have a break and then give the exercises, or I would give the lunch break right now, maybe for an hour or even 1.5 hours. Take a long break, no problem, and then meet back by 2 o'clock, and then start the session and have for 1 hour, and that will complete the third project, and then we can go ahead and see all of the exercises. So it's up to you, and then decide and let me know in the chat box so that I can go ahead. So let me ask it. So please share your responses on giving a break. So the MicTech console, you have to open it as administrator. So once you open the MicTech console, then there is a place that restart as administrator. Click on that, then that will open the console as admin. So you should be able to see MicTech console and within bracket admin like this. Over there, you have a packages. There's a place called packages. If you click on it, that should open there. In that, there are a lot of packages available over here. Some of them which are having the installed on date, which means that actually you have already installed. Otherwise, you haven't installed. The like MicTech, in fact, actually LaTeX works in very huge manner. So we don't need every single package of LaTeX in our life for sure. So whatever we need, we will install and then work on. One of them which we needed today was Xcolor. So type Xcolor and then type this filter option. That should give you these Xcolor packages whatever is available. So what we wanted is actually we don't need any of the other two, we need this Xcolor package. So you click on it, you must see this plus symbol is in blue color. Now for me is the minus symbol is in blue color just because actually I have already installed it. So I have installed it much longer ago. So you must install this package, just adding plus, then it should give you a pop-up message of choosing the repository or something, just go ahead and click yes, next, and that should install the package. Once you successfully install the package, then only you will be able to use this command color. Otherwise, this color command may not work. So I hope that's clear for everybody. We just have to learn to that. Sure. Actually, enough. I get the responses from many of them that we'll continue, and what we will do is actually let's have that project open and then finish it. So I would say that actually it would take 45 minutes or so. So maybe around 1:30 I will wind up the session. Otherwise, so until then, actually, I'm very sorry for that. We are late for half an hour. So what we're going to do is actually we're going to do our third project right now only, because I have got the responses from everybody that we will finish the project now only. That's what I also wanted. Thank you. So let me open my project folder. So the project 3 which I have to type is this project 3.pdf, and that gives me this. So project 3 is an article. So what we are going to do in the project 3 is we're going to type an article. One is the uh, which has the title and the author name, and of course it has an abstract, and it has a table of contents, and it has a links to table of contents. Like if I suppose click on conclusion, then it takes me to the conclusion. So everything is linked. And then after that, what we have a section called introduction, and we have something called class referencing. Maybe let me change my, yeah, page display scroll view. Yeah. So we have a section, and then we also have section references also there, and then we have figure, how to insert a figure, and we have section called how to insert tables, and we have section with different row colors of tables, and we have a conclusion session. That's all. It's a simple project. It's a very simple and neat project, but it gives you a lot of idea and lot of information about what are the comments on links. For example, we have comment on links and other stuffs and all. We have some comments on referencing, which is called as a cross reference. So in this project, we will cover all these cross referencing, and we'll learn how to generate this table dynamically. It's not that we're gonna somebody is going to sit and do it. We're gonna write one small command, and that's going to take everything else once. And we also have to going to type these itemized list items. So that's what we're gonna do. So these are the things which we're gonna do. Anyway, for this workshops, I will be restricting myself to not to use many packages. So I would like to use a maximum of 3 or 4 packages for the document. I don't want to use much packages. Maybe in the future workshops, and when we go for an advanced level of LaTeX, then we will use much more packages and make the document little more elegant and little more dynamic to use it. So let's quickly jump into it and start typing this document. I would maybe what I will do is I will give you some 2 minutes for you, to set up this document type. So what we have to do, we have to type an article. So you set up this article and then try to type this title and then author name, and then come back here. So that we have done in the first session as well. So let me give you 2 minutes for that. Why don't I give 5 minutes? It'll take 5 minutes, no problem. So take some 5 minutes to set up this document, where you will have a title and you will have your author name and you will have an abstract. After that, there's a section, and from that onwards, I will pick up. First, you start a new document which is titled as project 3 in a particular folder, and we will start it in 5 minutes. Then, exactly. Anyway, slowly I will be trying to do that. We have a project 3. And type that. So you must have given the title and you must have given the author name. You must have print that title, right? Let me open a new document here. I'm going to do the same thing what we have done. Let me. So in that I would type slash document plus. Let me zoom it for you. Slash begin document and then end that document somewhere. Slash begin document end document. As first to check, I will type just hello world. Everything works going on well. Then I would save this document, go to file and then save.